It's been a while since I said I'm sorry.
95.2 FM cranking all today's hit tunes. Of course, it's Greg Johnson recording as always at the gas station somewhere on Interstate 95. Big thanks to all our listeners, yes, you, for sharing live on 95.com. And don't touch that dial because guess who just walked through the doors of the gas station? Fan favorite and the genius behind doublewonderful.com, Gordon Kenny. Just walked in, he's getting mic'd up. Gordon's been working with some really famous bands, and he is here to talk about a huge American arts festival he's a part of. Of course, check out Gordon's brilliant music and his limited edition shirts at doublewonderful.com. But first, you're listening to the #1 most downloaded show in the world. That's recorded live at a gas station on Interstate 95. Gordon.
Good to see ya.
What is up, dude?
Greg.
Thank you for coming back to the gas station and chilling with me, dude.
Oh, man. I'm so glad we're here at the gas station once again with the gas man. And, oh, my God, I need to get some snacks. I need to get some gas. I need to get some Zaza callback.
Yes, dude. What's going on with the Zaza shops in Brooklyn, New York?
There's even more Zaza shops now. There's 4 a block now, and they all have Zaza in the name of the store too. Still, and they have their exotic snacks still. But you know, as of like the last month or so, I wouldn't know anything about Brooklyn because Greg, I moved.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Wow! Congratulations!
I know. Thanks. We got out of the city.
Hell yeah!
And we have moved to Long Island.
Sick!
We have like 4 times the amount of space that we did before.
Yes!
After 12 years of living in a shoebox in Williamsburg.
Oh gosh.
We've now got this like little cottage just one town over from where I grew up and where my wife grew up. And so we're close to our families now.
We don't want to give it away. We don't want to,
We don't want to say too much. It's Long Island. I know. No. Sea Cliff represent. We're one town over from Sea Cliff now. And we got this little cottage. We got the whole thing to ourselves. We've got room now for all the stuff we've been hoarding in Brooklyn for years now. I don't know where all this stuff was hiding. In this little shoebox that we had.
Yeah, do you have like
for a long time
a wing for all your shirts?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so I'm in this is like my office now. I have like a little office.
Dude, this is amazing. I'm so happy for you and
thanks.
Psyched to hear this. Yeah.
Thanks. So things are cool on that front. Definitely sick. Can't complain about more space. Can complain about the lack of Zaza shops around in walking distance. But
pretty dead.
It's pretty dead, you know.
Dude, that's beat.
I know. Anyway, so
dude, even on the strip, like, do you cruise the strip?
I cruise the strip around here, School Street, and you know we got a movie theater, we got a Starbucks, we got a pizza place.
Do you see people you know all the time?
Yeah, I mean, I'm one town over from where I grew up, so a bunch of people that I like went to high school and middle school and elementary school with, you know, have moved to this this city of Long Island. That's another hint. It's a city, one of 2 cities on Long Island, actually. a little
Careful.
hint.
The fans of
It's
the
next
pod
to
are
Sea Cliff.
rabid.
It's next
We
to
are
Sea Cliff,
recording.
and
We are recording, Gordo. Just a reminder.
so yeah, no, so yeah. I see people that I went to high school with, definitely. Some
And
that
they have Zaza.
and they have Zaza, and we all share Zaza together. You know, a, a lot of kids have moved back. A lot of my friends have moved back, from the city, and some of my friends, well, they just never left. So they're still here.
And those are the ones you got to give the most love to because I think they might need it the most.
Oh, they're the most helpful when it comes to like having a guy. Uh, a guy for that. A guy for this.
The guy, like they're
Yeah,
the
like,
guy.
oh shit. Do you have a guy for fixing this fucking thing? Oh, nice, sick. It's your cousin.
Dude,
That
that
kind of
is
thing.
so huge because not only did you land right in both of your hometown, but just
Right.
I think escaping Brooklyn is huge. It's good for the mind. Are you
Um,
finding that you have a little culture shock? How are you settling in?
yeah, like I realized I didn't see like old white ladies for 12 years, like now it's just a bunch of old white ladies driving their cars and bumping into me at the grocery store and stuff like that. Everyone's really aggressive here. It turns out I just found this out, you know, this island of ours has like the highest rate of like pedestrian murders
Oh no.
with cars or something like that. Just everybody is running people. It's over on Long Island for some reason, more than anywhere else. People are getting hit by cars. Crazy, right?
Dude,
So
so crazy. I'm almost surprised that it doesn't happen more. I mean, not to be like overly cynical, but everyone
right.
texts while they're driving. Everyone
And
texts.
walking too, looking down when they're crossing, intersections, kind of thing, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I have a college near me. And all those kids, they don't even look up from the phone. These
I
kids.
know these
Anyway, I do
kids.
the
I know.
same. I do the same.
My wife likes to really fuck with people on their phones, in the city, and I have, I am against it. I'm worried that
like,
she's gonna get fucked up by somebody who's just, anyway. Uh,
like she likes to check them or something.
yes,
Or like walk.
she like plays chicken with them.
and that makes you uncomfortable.
Yes, and then they like look up from the phone. They're like, "What the fuck? What's going on?" You know.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I
I
like
know.
it.
Not good. So, but
I
we're
like
not
it.
doing that anymore because we're not in the city anymore.
Yeah, dude.
Uh,
Huge.
yeah, no, like, so, the lack of Zaza shops and the lack of like walking to get a nice coffee or whatever, like that, the like Blue Bottle or whatever, like really good coffee kind of thing.
Freaking good. Like Dunkin'.
Oh, exactly. That's all we got over here is Dunkin' now.
Dude, Dunkin' is when it's prepared poorly. Like I don't want to trash Dunkin', but when it's prepared poorly, it's like just brown like tap water. It's like
it's the worst. It's the worst.
Oh man, gripes.
There is a cool little coffee shop in town or whatever that all the hip people hang out, all the people with tats hang out. Yeah, like tats and shorts and leg tats and shit.
Is it a venue?
No, no. I wish this town had a venue. Oh my
Dude,
goodness.
anything's a venue.
It's all venues. They got street art in this
Mofo.
Yeah, it's like there's like in the coffee shop there's like a Banksy looking kind of thing. So, they're trying. They're cool. Whatever.
I
I'll
like
take it.
that, dude. I mean, you
I'll
got to
take
move
it.
out of Brooklyn. I mean,
I know.
how is it being a homeowner now? Are you like
No, I didn't buy this place. We are renting. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Buy this place. My God. What is this? What is this? 1978? What is this? 1965? Buy a place on Long Island. What are you talking about? No, we're
Do you
just
miss Williamsburg?
Yeah. The Zaza shops, the coffee, the people wearing the cool shit, the crazy get-ups. Is it Halloween or is it just Williamsburg.com? That's a website. Halloween or Williamsburg.com.
How was your summer? Like, were you traveling? Were you just going lot to lot?
No, we just been like moving into we moving into this house, but did get to go to a bunch of shows and went to some Fish, went to some Grateful Dead or Dead and Co.
Did you
cool.
steal your face off?
I did. Oh my god, right off my head. Yeah, exactly. A cool thing that happened this summer, this year, whatever, since talking to you last or whatever. I did the like official tour poster for Ween.
Oh, yes, dude.
Sick,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
They're one of my super favorites. I love them so much. And so
That's great,
I got to
man.
do this Ween thing, but the way I got the gig was insane. So Halloween.
So Mayor calls me.
So Mayor calls me. No.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So
I'll cut that out. You go ahead.
No, all the best. That's the best. No, don't leave that in. So the way I got the gig was really crazy. It was like I go to Ween on Halloween. No, none of my friends want to go. I want to buy a really expensive ticket. I want to sit front row. And I'm just like, fuck it. It's like a $250 ticket. I'm like, whatever. I go by myself. And
Last
sit,
year?
Yeah, last year. So I sit, it's the seat in the middle section at Beacon Theater, right? The middle, the middle part.
It's Ween on Halloween. Do they annually do a Halloween show? And had you been to the Halloween show before?
No, I'd seen Ween a bunch of years ago, in like 2003 in Williamsburg, at the pool, back when they used to do the shows, right?
Classic.
So sick.
But you've never seen Ween on Ween.
I've never seen Ween on Ween and on 750 milligrams of edibles, which is a heroic dose for those who don't understand. 750. Usually people take like 10 and have a good time.
That's a lot of Zaza.
I went pure bug out for Ween. So I go to this thing by myself. I eat a bunch of fucking edibles and I sit in the front row. When do you eat it?
Like on the subway there?
Yeah. Like 40 minutes before. You got to drop your bean 40 minutes before the gig. Right
before Ween.
There. Yeah, bean before Ween.
I never knew that. I had never heard that one. That's amazing.
Shout out Harris Whittles for the drop your bean line there. Who I did a shirt for his family and his like organization, her organization.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
we
did a charity Harris Whittles thing. Love fish, love pods, love fish, love Scott Ackerman. And so
oh my god, I'm happy you're saying this because last night I was with Joe Mandy. And he brought up Harris. So yeah, it's coincidental that you just brought him up because the two of them were friends going back to when they were going to college together. I think at Emerson in Boston. So Joe was in Boston. I was in Boston with Joe. He brought up Harris. That's amazing. I'm going to look up that shirt design.
Yes, it's very sick.
Obviously,
it's very sick. Felt very, very cool to be a part of the fam, the fish loving comedian fam. So it was cool. Yes. His mom like was wearing it and stuff like that. Like it's pretty cute and sweet. So, but anyway, what the fuck was I talking about?
I remember.
What were you saying?
Ween on Ween.
Wait. All right. So I get this front row ticket, right? And I'm by myself. I'm on the 750 milligrams of edibles. I'm sitting there. They come out, right? So I'm on the seat all the way to the left in the middle section, right? Just to give you an idea. The aisle is right next to me. You know, the band comes out. It's Halloween, so they're dressed in like Halloween costumes, and a photographer pokes out of the wing. You know what I mean? He comes out. He's got like 3 cameras around his neck, kind of thing. You know, like a press pass and all that. You know, he's
and like lenses.
Exactly. He's set to take the greatest photo of all time. He's all set up.
Nat Geo.
Nat.
He works for Nat Geo. he's like, I usually work for Nat Geo, but I'm freelancing at a Ween show.
So this dude is wearing a t-shirt that I made and a hat that I made. He's doubling down on crazy
wonderful.
Shit. On the Double Wonderful. On the crazy
He's doubling down on your company, Double Wonderful. That's amazing. And, good for him.
And I am like, oh shit, look at that. Like, guys with cool gigs, like, wear the shit. That's cool. Somebody with a cool gig thinks I'm cool. That's cool. You know, they're wearing 2 pieces. You know, not even just like wearing the shirt or wearing the hat. It's they really fucking are doing the fucking look, right?
Yeah, they're fully outfitted. Like you're like their Old Navy. You're like their Banana Republic.
So the guy, a couple songs in, he winds up like right next to me. And the band is blasting. Ween is crazy. It's loud. It's fucking awesome. They play for 3 hours straight. You have to like, it's insane, right? It's the best. Insane. And so so this guy's like leaning on the stage, like taking a photo or whatever. And I tap him on the shoulder. And I like lean in and I'm like, hey, like I made everything you're wearing.
I designed your clothes. Hey, I designed your outfit.
Yeah. And he basically looks at me and he goes, I'm like, I'm Double Wonderful. He looks at me like, what the fuck, right? And then he goes, I'm their manager. Oh. So we started talking in the middle of the set.
Amazing.
And he's like, maybe I can get you a gig. Maybe I can get you a gig with these guys, kind of thing.
That's incredible.
And you know, like I was on all those edibles. So you know, I forgot. Halfway through the conversation, I was like, wait, a part of my brain went, learn this man's name, you idiot. What are you doing? So, you know, naturally, what are you doing? But yeah, and then that turned into a couple months later them hitting me up, and I got to do like the tour poster, the like official thing that got, you know, it was at Red Rocks, it was here. Amazing. It was there, it was on Sidewalk, it was like the national ad for the Ween concert for months there.
That's fantastic, dude. Congratulations.
I know. And I got to put my name on it and everything. Red Rocks, like when they advertised it on their Instagram, they thought it was called the Double Wonderful Tour. So they like Red Rocks, but they're like Ween Double Wonderful Tour. They got it completely wrong.
Wow.
They got it completely wrong.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, you know, just fun. It's been a good summer.
Dude, that's like a dream come true. Have you seen them play? Have you been following them on tour?
I didn't go. I didn't go to more than one show.
Which reminds me, I haven't seen you since Burning Man.
I know. I know.
No, but anyway,
the desert, the mud,
it was crazy.
The helicopter out.
This year was crazy, but anyway, Ween shows. Are you going to go to Ween on Ween this year?
They're not playing, I don't think so. Okay. Unfortunately, or at least not around here. But got to go see them. with my bud. Just went like 2 weeks ago, a week ago, whatever. Great.
Nice.
Yeah, it was the best. Got a free ticket to see the show.
Yes.
I've like done these shirts for these bands and stuff like that, but none of them ever go like, do you want to come to the thing? Like, here, like, be our guest, come. Like Fish doesn't give a fuck, right? Like they're not hooking it up. No, I'm kidding.
That's incredible.
No, I'm just kidding.
Did you meet Dean Ween?
And did I get no, but no. But
maybe
Gene
all this stuff.
Apparently, Gene Ween's
clearly
kid,
manifesting.
Gene Ween's kid fucking likes the shirts or something. I don't know. We'll see.
He gets it.
Yeah, he gets it, dude. He gets it.
Dean Ween's kid is cool. No surprise there.
Yeah,
you're gonna see his kid and be like, "I designed your outfit." Dude, I designed your clothes. That's a really great conversation starter.
Good starter, right? Yeah. And then now we got this thing coming up that's pretty exciting. Way more exciting than making shirts for bands. We're gonna make shirts for my hometown art craft street fair. It happens once a year, and it's the biggest thing to happen to Sea Cliff. It's the coolest thing that happens in Sea Cliff. It's a thing called the Mini-Mart. Dun,
Huge.
dun, dun. Huge. It's the biggest deal in Sea Cliff.
Plug away right now, because I know your table is going to be blowing up at the Mini-Mart this year, especially with you being back home. I mean, there's going to be a lot of people coming out to see you.
Exactly. It's a homecoming celebration this year at the Mini-Mart. The Mini-Mart, right? For 51 years has been a street fair in the hometown of mine called Sea Cliff on Long Island. A square mile town filled with artists. At least that's how they have, advertised it or whatever recently in the Times and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's blowing up. It's all these finance bros are moving in, and all the fucking artists are moving out. Unfortunately,
But are there an influx of people from Brooklyn?
Yeah, like finance.
But they're the finance bros. Okay.
Yeah. Because who can create art and fucking afford to own anything in this town anymore? Nobody. So it's all
crazy.
Finance. It's $1 million. It's bajillion-dollar houses now. It's so I grew up in this square mile town, right, on Long Island that has always had this like emphasis on art and creativeness and all this sort of stuff, and it's really cool. And there's like fucking 5 bars on one street, and there's just always been this like partying and hanging and playing live music, and it just is like this, the vibes over there. So, I grew up in this house that was like my grandparents' house. We lived on the top floor of this, it was like an apartment building of this like kind of mansion-y kind of thing. But eventually we moved out, and when it came to picking a new house or whatever, I encouraged my mother to get the house that was right on the main strip of Sea Cliff. The one spot that was literally in between 4 bars. And the thing, part of the thing that was cool about it or whatever, it was like, all right, we're near like the only deli, and we're near the like library or this thing or that thing. And but the other thing that's really special is the Mini-Mart. The fact that once a year, the Mini-Mart is going to be right in front of us, right on our street. So from 7th grade until I moved out of there, every year, every Sunday, the first Sunday of October, every first Sunday of October, I would wake up and you can't leave the house. It's insane. And every year it's gotten bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And now it's to the point where like 10,000 fucking people show up to this thing, dude.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
It used to just be this little rinky dink kind of cutie art fair thing, but it's exploded. It's huge. It's the equivalent of doing Shakedown Street, because let's face it, it is a shakedown street just without an open air drug market. It's just crafts and shit, right? When we were younger, there used to be like sand art. We would do these like sand art bottles, where you color, you pour in the different ones or whatever. And then when we got older, there was this guy who would like engrave lighters, Zippos, and like necklaces and shit. And it's so funny. These, like, my friends and I, like, we still have some of these things that we got at Mini-Mart one year or whatever. Like these lighters. Like we would get crazy shit engraved on our lighters, like our initials, but also just like random. I remember I got a thing that said FUG, FUG. And at the time I was like, yeah, that stands for fat, ugly guy. And like wore this necklace that said FUG and like thought I was fucking cool. I bought
that. That's like a perfect, point of like how we put stuff on objects. You're like, I know what that stands for. Like you just project everything onto like the items you see at Mini-Mart.
It was in like third grade. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Okay.
I thought that was like badass. Like calling myself bad.
I thought it was last year.
Yeah, this was oh yeah.
No, go ahead. Though. Please continue.
Very good, Joe. I just wanted to then explain that it it got to the point where we found out that one of the guys sold bowls. So
wait, for Zaza?
Yeah, for Zaza.
Zaza? Yeah.
For Zaza. But he had those like metal shitty bowls that had like a little like Grateful Dead fucking bear on them. And so we bought those like in like 7th or 8th grade or something like that. And then every year we like went back and like saw Bowl Man, and we started calling him Bowl Man and everything like that. We like tried to talk to the guy, and he was like some Long Island.
Hey, you'd see him once a year?
We'd see him once a year, and he was always in the same spot. He was always there. There were like, so then as we got older, we realized there was like these classic dudes, right, who would always do it.
You're like, Bull Man is amazing. He's the
Bull
man.
Bull Man came back every year, but then there was also Pot Man, who had these like jars, but he looked like Robin Williams. So we also called him Robin Williams, but he had these jars like they would say like fairy dust. You know what I mean? These like, yeah. or like dreams.
Dreams. Okay.
Yeah. Like you're supposed to put your dreams in the thing, and like they have like a little cork. They'd have a little cork,
so they don't get out.
So they don't fly away. So dumb. So
Mrs. Doubtfire.
So Mrs. Doubtfire, right? Robin. So all these different people had booths always. But I was a kid. I never thought to have a booth myself or whatever, right?
Yeah, Dare to Dream. However, you were like, you remind me of Ghost World, those two girls walking around. You don't remind me of that, but I feel like they're like 13 and they're like in like adult record stores and stuff. But anyway, please continue.
So, a couple, maybe like, I don't know, 12 years ago, 13, 14 years ago, 15, let's say.
Let's call it 15 and a half.
Let's call it 15.
How many months is that?
There's this local t-shirt printer dude. And he started making shirts. Okay. That said,
and this is before you had started making shirts.
Long before.
Cool.
This guy got the idea of like, fuck it. Like, we don't have any sort of touristy sort of shit in our town. Our town is bare bones, right? If you know Sea Cliff, it's just like they don't let coffee shops open or anything fucking cool happen. There's no movie theater. It's a square mile. There's nothing in it. There's one strip. You're not allowed to have a McDonald's or any sort of like chains. It's a small little Victorian town on Long Island on the North Shore. It's out of the way. You got to go a town over or 3 over to go to the mall or go to the movies or go to a McDonald's or go to like, you know what I mean? Like the town is a picture perfect little Victorian thing with this one strip that just has 4 fucking bars, right? And a pizza place that's like never open, a coffee shop that's never open, and this deli that's run by psycho Republicans. So nobody wants to go there anymore after Trump and everything like that. They started screaming. Don't even get me.
Oh my god, what happened with Trump?
I don't. Wait, who's that?
J6.
So
no, cool. Yeah, bro. No, cool. I'll circle back offline. J6, bro. Oh, wait, Gordon, do you remember on J6 how like I was late and you were early?
I was early?
Yeah, you were there so early. I was like, yo. And no, I'm just kidding.
Anyway, so
very stupid.
Very good. I love it. I have no idea what J6 is.
Oh, I have
no idea. I'm like, yeah, shit. Fuck.
You mentioned
it was going good.
I meant January 6th. I was just kidding.
Oh, God, so dumb. So
I was
dumb,
kidding
so
as
dumb.
if we like were Republicans.
Storm the gates.
Anyway, the Republicans. Well, there's a lot of Republicans on Long Island. Yeah, it's 50-50.
Yeah.
No, actually, it's more like 55-45 Republican.
Well, I remember like the map, my little town went to Hillary, right? But all the towns around me went red. But that's
what about like George Santos? Isn't he like? I mean, he's the lying. I mean, not to get too into it, but he's the lying guy from
he's the
Long
rep
Island
from my area.
Everywhere in the country is 50-50 Republican, Dems. We love it.
Why can't we just be purple, baby? Prince. J6. Duh. Blew it. Could have said something.
No, you say duh. I say dumb. Did you record an album this summer? We got to talk about that at some point.
Yes, we did. Yes, I did. Me and my friends. And we're working on it right now. It's going to be very exciting. Very special.
That's good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Might even be called something special. Just one. I don't know.
That's a great name.
It's a song title. It's one of those grab the most title-y name from the song titles. You know what I mean? The other ones don't.
I like that. I like that, and
well.
I like a self-titled deal too. So I'm into that. I'm into grab a track name.
Grab a track name. The first Steely Dan albums, right? Don't do that. But then they start doing it. So the question is, do you have to be like established to do that? Or, you know what I mean? Like,
no.
right?
Because they came up from it. I know why you want to think about like what Steely Dan would do, but they were of a different era, and you're doing your own path.
I'm sorry, what? I'm copying them. Move for move.
Well, what's the name of Steely Dan's first album?
Can't Buy a Thrill.
And it's not. Is that a track?
No, that's what I'm saying. Not a track. Second one, Countdown to Ecstasy. Not a track. Third one, Pretzel Logic. Track. Fourth one,
track.
Fourth one, Katie lied. Line in song. Dr. Wu. Strange move. And the line in the song is Katie lies. It's not even Katie lied. So they named the album Kate. Very strange move.
Past tense.
Very strange. So and then you have Royal Scam and Asia and Gaucho all have songs on them. So
are they the best tracks?
Ooh, good question.
I mean, that would take hours.
Fuck yeah. No, not Royal Scam. But Asia, fuck yeah, that's just that's like the most epic. That's the yam of Steely Dan. Ah.
What's yam?
That's a fish song. That's a fish song.
Now you have me rethinking this whole thing now. I think you got to go. Yeah, I don't know. Do whatever's in your heart for your album title, but
right.
That is funny. You want to wait till your third album to start naming it tracks because that's what SD did.
Yeah,
that rocks. I mean, I'm convinced.
I mean, I've been making like albums at home kind of thing for the last like 12 years. I put one out every year.
You're quite prolific. Yeah, you're extremely prolific.
Oh, thanks. I like if somebody were actually listening to this because they like my t-shirts or whatever, they're probably like, what, you write music? You know what I mean?
I mean, you're a phenomenal musician. People should know that. They should honestly know that. I'm sure they can find your music
right
at your website, but also you're proficient, prodigious too, because I feel like you've been making music since you were a child. But anyway,
yeah, I've been like home recording albums every year since 2011, and you can find them on my Bandcamp. But I've never really like mastered or went to a studio. I always just did everything at home, and it's sort of DIY bullshit, you know, a la artists like R. Stevie Moore, who has gone a little the way of the fucking Republican storming the Capitol craziness.
So one of your musical heroes is R. Stevie Moore, and you got to know him, and I think you even recorded with him, right?
Yes.
And
then in recent years,
storm the cap?
No, but he's just said weird shit about like trans people that makes you just go like, ah.
Oh yeah, it's been online, right?
Yeah, and so you're just sort of like,
it hurts your heart. I am not somebody.
Shut up.
I gotta say, I'm just somebody who has a hard time separating the art from the artist. So it's like, you know, I some of these people I just like never want to hear from again. I'm just putting that out there, but it's hard for you. That's your friend.
Yeah. And then he just starts saying crazy shit, and then everyone starts being like, yo, this guy's crazy. And you're like, oh man. I thought it was cool crazy.
Did you make a full album with him?
No, but I recorded, like, I went to his house, we hung out, we opened up for him a bunch of times. I would always play him songs of mine. He would always be super encouraging and super sweet.
Hey, I'm happy to be encouraging.
I know.
And also, I love human rights.
I know.
No, but I can see where you're coming from, because like, if you love an artist and they're like telling you, man, your shit is fucking awesome, I mean, that's like what you do it for. So yeah, I hear you on that. But I'm also here to tell you that your shit is so awesome that it makes total sense that he loved it, because I think your music is second to none, to be honest. So anyway, continue.
You're very sweet. Oh, you're really sweet. That's really funny. Yeah. So so that was so fucked. But what are you gonna do?
Have you talked to R. Stevie Moore?
Not really.
Have you talked to Mayer?
No, not really.
That's fair.
I know. What are you gonna do?
So do you have a favorite of album names you've used in the past? Anyway, so what you're gonna call
every one of my albums for the last 10 years or whatever has been named after the year that I recorded it in. So I have a 2011 album, in 2012. I skipped 2013. 2014. Like,
it was a dark time.
It was
like, don't even get me started.
Don't even get me started in 2013. No. I wrote an album.
Don't want to talk about it
that year. I wrote a whole thing, but I didn't record it that year. That was just the whole thing. So like I eventually put 2013 out, but it's the Casio album. I wrote. You ever see me do like the Casio set that I did at like JumboQ and stuff like that?
Yes, it's amazing.
Oh, thank you. That's very sweet.
I saw it at JumboQ.
Yeah. So that
you did it at Burning Man, remember?
And Burning Man, which is a music festival, as we all know.
Wait, is that a music festival?
It isn't. That's what everyone's been talking about. Like everyone's kind of realizing, like, wait,
who played?
Who plays? Like you go to hear something, right? But no, it's just to wear like tails and like electric headphones or light up headphones with your tail and your boots and your naked bikini.
Dude,
I don't know.
I feel like it called attention to the fact that like fucked up weather is happening because all these people had no idea that it could even rain in the desert, and then when it did, they were all stranded for like 3 days.
I know.
They're like, oh wait, we didn't even think of that. Like there's one road in.
right.
Like I don't know. It's like
they had to cancel a fish like 3-day festival a couple years ago because of these like floods and all that sort of stuff.
Wait, did you ever go to like one of these like huge historic fish fests like
I went to
and
It, the one called It in 2003.
Oh yeah, I've made you tell me this before, but was it one of these deals where like you're in a traffic line for like 3-4 hours to get in?
There were people probably in for like 3-4 days. We were smart and we got there like 3 days early. And we went like 3 days early because I had gone to Woodstock. I said this on the pod last time. I'd gone to Woodstock, right?
That's fine. I just
and you're like,
that's great because I probably listened to that pod like 3 times, but I still want to hear this.
So I learned from
Woodstock. Yeah, Woodstock.
Get there as early as possible.
That's a great story, the Woodstock 99.
And we went there early. We got this like special CD because we were like part of the first 10,000 in line or something. And we got a sick parking spot that was only like a 10-minute walk from the gate to get into the Psycho playground. That was like this thing they like put together for the fish show. And with all these like art installations you could walk through that were like ropes and trees and like tree houses and cool shit and trees. And like, there was like a bug out room. There was like a room that was literally like just like it just had like strobing psycho lights and a droning like kind of sound, and
like to freak you out.
Like and it was just like wet.
Wow.
In there. It was just like a mud puddle.
Wow.
And I remember there was a guy like hunched over, just like kind of like not having a good time. Like
you're like, is this the porta potty?
Stupid. That's the best.
I once saw a guy. I went to fish only once.
Yeah.
But when I did, I saw a kid from my hometown, and he was like, "You coming back tomorrow? Like next 2 nights?" I was like, "No, I'm only coming to this one show in my lifetime, actually." But I felt like an outcast because I wasn't seeing them
right
like
every
7
other
nights in a row.
Yeah. As somebody who made the shirt for them and loves them and like, does all this stuff based on the world of them and whatever. Everybody expects me to go to every show. And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm just going to go to 1 or 2. Like 2's a lot. When they play like 7 nights and everyone's like, what? You fucking pussy. Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, like, how much do you like to see live music? I mean, I feel like since you're such a good
stand for so long. You can't sit down at these things. You're a geezer if you do.
Yeah.
And so you stand for like 3 hours, how many nights in a row, and like how many milligrams of edibles are you gonna eat like per show?
750
like, X amount
times
of days
7 days a week.
Yeah, exactly.
That's your math. That's a lot of edibles. You're like, I can't eat that many edibles. Oh, that's amazing. Well, yeah, I get you. Hey, what, like Fish and Steely Dan? I mean, the 2 chillest bands of all time, right? I mean, you got the Dead. I'd say the Dead is up there. And a lot of different jam bands. I mean, like,
sure,
you could go on and on about
Humphreys,
sort of Fish type,
String Cheese.
Yeah, I mean,
dude, you could go on and on about String Cheese.
You could go on and on about Mo. Government Mule. These are bands I don't even know. I don't know anything about jam bands. Slightly Stupid.
Oh, that's a good one. They're really good at what they do. It's really sick. I just did a shirt for this band called Goose that are like
sick.
They're fucking huge. They're like a jam band.
That's cool. I'm gonna check that out. It's funny. I saw an old friend this weekend, and he has great taste in music. I asked him what bands he's listening to, as I do, because I take his opinion very highly. And I had never heard of these bands, but just by him saying them, the band sounded like so cool. You know what I mean? Like when like an older kid at school would like deliver a band to you on like a silver platter, and you're just like, that's it. Like he's like, this band's like 35 years old, but I've been listening to Jellyfish.
Oh yeah.
Like, and then I started listening to Jellyfish. It's sick.
Oh, it's the best. It's the best. What happened? Like that shit got made to look not cool by Nirvana, but it was just around the same ish, just before it, and it was super melodic and crazy. The Spilt Milk record or whatever is super sick. If you don't know British? That one, no, I don't think so. I think they're like Seattle dudes or something. You know. I don't think they're British, but they wore like top hats and shit. They wore like weird Cat in the Hat shit. So
yeah, kind of like Shannon Hoon, like a Blind Melon vibe.
Yeah,
like a Lilith Fair sort of vibe.
Yeah.
Okay, and then
love
also I like them. Pond.
That's the dude from
Tame Impala.
Tame Impala's buddy. Pond made a song out of a Utopia Todd Rundgren song. They sampled it. And a little part of me went, man, why didn't I think of that?
Oh my gosh.
You know, that kind of thing. So yes, love Pond, little jealous of
their Rundgren
of their Rundgren, like they just get to do things
because,
that I would love to do too.
I know that feeling because it's not even that you didn't think about that. You probably have thought about that in all your years of listening to Todd Rundgren, but like, their record label probably has to pay Todd Rundgren like $100K.
Yeah. Yes. So that's what I'm saying. It's just sort of like, man, I wish I was in a position to.
I know it's weird, right?
Cool,
because
weird shit.
Yeah. That's a really interesting.
Somebody run it for me. You know what I mean? Like, that kind of thing. Like, I
think that you have the musical brain though to take like, say a Rod Tungren.
Rod Tungren.
I mean, I gotta go. This has been nice. But I can't speak. No, you're in a position to take some of those musical statements and just kind of like, work them into your own original things.
Right. Exactly. I try. Lord knows I try. But wait. So Mini-Mart. Quick recap. I know we went off on a tangent. Lives on the street year after year. Can't do anything. Never has a booth at the Mini-Mart. Biggest deal in the entire world. Shakedown, Boomer Shakedown.
Shakedown Super Bowl, Boomer style.
10,000 people. 10,000 people showing up. Bowl man. Pot man. Excuse me.
Bicentennial man.
Bicentennial man. For some reason is there. Blank man. For some reason is there too. That was a Wayans Brothers movie. Anyway.
Bicentennial Man was a Robin Williams movie.
Yeah, right. The one where he's the robot.
Yeah, like, what's up? You ever see Jack? I'm gonna get off when Jack, you get out of here.
Jack
I'm gonna
second day
Jack.
Came out. I saw Jack second
You're
day
kidding
came
me.
out. Swear to God, second day. I remember.
You were a big Jack guy. You were like looking forward to it,
dude. Storm the gates for Jack.
Saw it in theaters thrice.
Right. I remember like being like, this is so strange. I remember kind of like watching Jack and being like, I wish people treated me like Jack. When I saw that as a little kid, I was like everybody just left him alone on the playground. And I was just so popular, I think. So no, I'm not fucking with you. Like, why can't kids just leave me the fuck alone? Like Jack. There's that scene where he's like curled up in like a little thing and he's just eating all one color gummy bears because his mom like hooks it up for him and like separates all the gummy bear colors and like he eats only red gummy bears.
That's his mental illness.
That's part of the mental illness that he has.
Okay.
And mental
I never saw it. I never saw it.
You didn't? No, he grows 4 times as fast as a normal human.
Oh, it's an aging thing.
It's an aging thing. So he looks like he's 40, but he's 10.
Wait, Robin Williams looked like he was like 6. No. Anyway, continue. That's amazing.
So that was Jack. I remember being like, God, I wish I could just curl up in a fucking thing with some goddamn gummy bears and have nobody else try to take them from me, kind of thing.
I wish I was Jack. You wanted to be an outcast. You wanted to be like Punk, but like your classmates treated you like Pop. Your classmates thought you were like Bieber, but you were like, no, I'm like Gigi Allen.
Only they treated me more like Jack.
Jack, that's amazing.
So Jack,
Mini-Mart.
Right. Mini-Mart. The most important day of the year. Yes. So like, okay, when I did that thing, I filmed it. There was no escaping it, right? Like, go outside. It's craft fairs. It's psycho-ness. But then this one dude from my hometown who prints t-shirts, he was like, all right, I got an idea. I'm going to start making really kind of touristy Sea Cliff shirts for everyone who goes to Mini-Mart. And they were a hit. I bought them. Everybody bought them, right? I remember one that said, like, I'm a Sea Cliff kid. And, you know what I mean? Just, like, cool shit, right? He would make kind of, like, preppy, kind of, like, beach. He would find some, like, beachy sweatshirt and, like, print Sea Cliff on it and stuff like that. And we'd be like, fuck yeah, this is awesome, right? So COVID happened. My t-shirt thing happened. And I got this idea of like, oh shit, what if I made like a Grateful Dead-ish Sea Cliff shirt and applied all that I've learned from my stupid thing to a shirt for my hometown's thing. And like, fuck, we could get a booth right in front of my mom's house because that's where and there's some rule like if you have a business or a home, you get first dibs on that spot.
It's in the Constitution.
It's in the Constitution, for crying out loud. Weren't you there on July 6th? January. Anyway, July 6th, is when they signed the Declaration of Independence. So
I don't know that.
The Constitution. And not funny or smart.
So good.
So I love the guy who makes the shirts. He helps me out all the time. He does printing for me.
Cool.
But he doesn't do as many colors as I wish.
How does that work? Like you have endless options because you have the internet.
Right. Well, no, right. So nobody from the internet gives a shit about these Sea Cliff shirts that I'm making, right?
Oh no, I just meant in terms of like printing them and what printer uses the most colors, right?
Exactly. So I've got my guys who my shirts are known for being very colorful and crazy and stuff like that. The guy from my hometown, the t-shirt printer guy, he's got a much smaller setup. He doesn't have this like automated crazy machine, stuff like that. So he can only do like 4 colors max. So I'm doing a shirt that's 8 colors.
Nice.
It's insane. And this whole like limited edition thing that I've kind of discovered works for marketing or whatever you want to say. I'm going to apply that to these shirts at the Mini-Mart, where like you can go up to my buddies and you can get a less expensive shirt that there's like a bunch of, right? Or you can come down to me and you can pay double the price, but there's only going to be 75 of them. And we have 10,000 people that are going to walk by. So everybody's sort of saying like, you got to make more and stuff like that. But I'm happy just getting rid of the 150 because we're making 2 shirts, 75 of them each. And I'm just happy to get rid of the ones that I have made already and put my money up for because I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? I just want to make my money back. But So it's finally, after 30 some odd years of attending these fucking mini marts, having them be on my front lawn, we are going to have ourselves a booth at the mini mart for the very first time. And we're going to sell these ridiculous shirts. One of the shirts is of, so there's like 8 parks in Sea Cliff. There's 8 parks in the square mile, even in just this 1 square mile. A lot of parks, a lot of baseball fields, and yada yada yada. But there's this one park that overlooks the water and stuff like that. That's really fun to hang out at. Especially at night. Grab a couple beers, head on down to Hippie Park. People call it Hippie Park.
Shit, that's sick.
So I made this Hippie Park shirt. Hippies, Grateful Dead. So I made this thing where it says Sea Cliff and it looks like Hippie Park, and it's got a little sign that says "Welcome to Hippie Park," and it's got this like skeleton with a tie-dye T-shirt on, and he's got a little like bowl, like a bowman bowl, one of those like metal bowls. Man. Yeah, so we even threw like a little tiny bowl on the shirt. We just I don't know. These people are gonna fucking, these boomers are gonna buy it. So and then they're gonna be like, what the fuck is that thing? So
this is an exclusive, well, to my show. First of all, thank you for announcing this podcast exclusive here.
But of course,
and also it's just amazing that these shirts are exclusive to the Mini Mart. I mean, we're not promoting this as if we have a lot of listeners who are going to try to look these shirts up as if buy them, order them online. This isn't
right.
That,
no, you
okay?
can't. No,
I even asked you, and you said, "Greg, I can't. It has to be at the Sea Cliff Mini Mart." So we have a lot of listeners on Long Island. They're going to have to go there in person, and it's on. Yes,
Sunday, October 1st in Sea Cliff, across from the Little Kids Library. We're gonna be fucking killing it. It's gonna be so much fun. Everybody from my hometown kind of shows up, and for forever have always just been like, oh, I'm wearing the Sea Cliff hat right now.
Sea Cliff hat, I love
this. Was made by the Sea Cliff Museum.
Whoa!
I can't really wear it outside because it kind of's got the "Make America Great Again" redness to it with the white writing. So I don't wear this outside, but I wanted to wear it.
Wow, you're very safe. You're very safe.
So even though
you don't want anyone to be like, "Yo, hey, stop the steal."
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
No, you're like, no, it's from the Sea Cliff Museum. I'm a Bernie bro.
So I know they'd run me out of town if they knew.
They wouldn't let you rent there.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god. Yeah, my landlady's got like when we first moved in here, like we found like flags like in the garage kind of thing, and there's a flag pole kind of thing. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna put this American flag out, like whatever. Like it's classic, not because I think Trump's great. But I was like, that's classic. Throw that on the house.
You're like, not in my hometown. Try that in a small town, north of Richmond.
And my landlady, who's like 90, she's like, oh, I see you put the flag out. That's great. And we're like, oh, yeah. And then, the first time I dropped the rent check off at her house, I went and she's got 2 massive flags. The one with the 13, the 13 colonies one. So I think she's like a Tea Party patriot. So I know.
She's like, I'll use this to buy my pizza at Cosmic Pizza. Pizza Gates. Pizza Gates. Does she like Pizzagate? Dude. I don't even know.
So she's got this. Oh God, she's like, when we first move in, she's like, oh, just so you know, I'm gonna be stopping by all the time randomly to tend to this myrtle garden that I fucking am growing. Do you know what myrtle is?
No, it sounds fake.
It's like it's the least cool looking plant you've ever seen. It just like spreads on the ground. All right. And this 90-year-old woman's like, she's like, she comes over, she's 6 a.m. She's outside my fucking window. And she's like, oh, my myrtle. Oh, I just don't get it. the weeds are back again. I can't can't do it.
I can't stop talking to my Myrtle. Did she talk to the plants? Really? That's incredible.
So we've been saying, "Oh my Myrtle," quite a bit around here. Myrtle.
That's amazing.
And it's just got the dumbest name. So yeah, so she's just like, it just makes it look like shit. It looks like shit.
It's brown weeds.
She's obsessed. Meanwhile, like, we moved in here and there was like exposed wires sticking out of the fucking goddamn thing. And we were like, can you get an electrician in here? We don't know if these are live or not. You know? And she was like, oh, all right. I guess I gotta call the handyman. You know, she's very old-fashioned. So
she is not the handyman, despite
she's not
her Myrtle.
It was like, yeah. She's like,
I gotta call the Myrtle man. Dude.
So
it's so funny.
We got this new place. Mini-Mart. Huge deal. Shakedown Street.
And it's a homecoming for you.
Oh, it's a homecoming. It's a homecoming. Can't believe it. It's gonna be so much fun. I hope I get rid of all these dang shirts. I just want to get rid of them.
You're gonna get rid of them in no time. Mini-Mart is gonna be gigantic. You know, not to compare, but a few years back I went to a festival on Long Island. I'm remembering now. I went with your brother Jackson. And my wife Megan. It was Oyster Fest. We called it O Fest.
Yeah.
I think Mini-Mart seems like it's on a much bigger level, but that was a great festival too, and a great area, very pretty town.
Oyster Fest is like the following weekend, always. That's the thing. It's another huge thing. I think it's actually bigger than Mini-Mart, but I think Mini-Mart started getting these Oyster Fest numbers as of recent years.
We're starting to see the O Fest carryover
infiltration
in the numbers. Yeah. The numeric impact. That's huge.
Yeah. So it's crazy. It's right on my little hometown thing. I mean, it's just the best. Bowman's gonna be there. Robin Williams is gonna be there.
Well, and they'll be verified celebrities now that you've been on this show talking about it. If you were expecting a big crowd of zombies at the freaking
Mini-Mart.
the mini fart. Pardon me.
The mini
fart. Yeah. If you were expecting a big crowd, well, you're going to get an even bigger crowd. This is huge. People are going to be asking for Robin Williams' autograph. Now, he used to set up outside your home. Does he set up like
right?
Like, do you say hi to that guy?
Yeah, okay. I don't know. Who knows where he'll wind up this year?
Because you only see these people once a year.
Exactly, and
it's huge.
It's pretty funny. One year my band, we just brought our instruments out on my front porch, and we started playing at the end of Mini-Mart, and everybody gathered around, and it was really hilarious. Everyone loved it except for Potman, who had his booth right in front of my mom's house that year.
Oh my gosh.
And he came on my porch and was like, turn all this off, and like tried to grab our instruments out of our hands and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh.
Insanity. So
he's like, you're rattling my glass jars full of dreams. You're waking up my Myrtle.
The little fairies in my jars are not feeling as well.
You're like, we're just trying to play. We're just trying to play Chalk Dust Torture.
Yeah. Dude, you don't know Tweezer Reprise when you hear it? Come on. You don't know a Twee Prize when you hear it? Come on.
Oh, dude.
So
I could talk to you all day.
Yeah. So Mini-Mart, big deal. Ween, big deal. The future, the biggest deal.
That's amazing. Wow. Was that a C.S. Lewis poem or something? Like, what? Good one. Gordo, you're like a philosopher up in here, dude.
I know. Biggest deal. Until it all comes crashing down. No!
I want to know, are you like connected with your t-shirt printers in a close way? Are they like mobsters that you're like not really allowed to talk about?
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, yep. You're like, gotta go. $25 on pump 10.
Yeah, exactly. My t-shirt printers are. I don't know who you're talking about.
You're like, I don't know any t-shirt printers. See ya.
And then this guy in Sea Cliff. No, just kidding.
How you getting out of here? You driving out? Careful.
No, actually, I walked here to possibly. Yeah, well, I was gonna ask you.
Do you want me to drive you?
Yeah, that would be great. Could I get a ride? That'd be really awesome.
Of course, dude. This is
sick.
awesome.
Awesome. What? All right, let's go.
Do you like tunes? Do you like tunes?
Dude, oh my God, you got a tape deck and everything. This is sick.
It is sick. Check it out. Hold on, last thing before we leave, and then we can go. I just got to hit the post. Thank you for listening to liveon95.com. For all of us here at the gas station, to all of you, with love, we leave you till tomorrow with Steely Dan.
I never seen you looking so bad, my friend.